This video is sponsored by Bamboo Lab, and today I'm working on designing a 3D printed matte box for my iPhone camera. And here's why. This shot is being filmed on my iPhone 16 Pro, and right now there's a light over here that's lighting this scene. But a lot of that light is also hitting the camera lens, causing a really bad glare that's washing out the scene. Now, all I have to do to fix this is hold up something, even just my hand will work, to block the light so that it's not hitting the camera lens, and now I have a much cleaner, more contrasted image. This might seem like kind of a niche scenario, but as somebody who makes a lot of videos, I run into this problem fairly often, and I'm always jury-rigging something using random stuff to block the light. So I finally decided it was time to create a more professional solution and design a matte box specifically for smartphone cameras, something that can be 3D printed. Now, creating a matte box like the one on the front of this video light here is pretty straightforward, but I needed to figure out a way for that to actually connect to the smartphone. Now, anytime I'm using my smartphone on a tripod, I have this little clip adapter that attaches to the phone, and then this attaches to the tripod. And I got to thinking, why not have a bracket coming off the side of this that could then hold the matte box in place? And after trying to figure out different ways to connect that bracket to this clip, I was like, well, why not just have this also be 3D printed as well, so that the bracket and this clip can all be one piece. This seemed like a pretty solid idea, so I got to work making the 3D model. I had a pretty clear vision in my head of how this design would look, so it came together really quickly and it was ready to be 3D printed. I've been using a Bamboo Lab 3D printer for a while now, and I only really have good things to say about it. So when Bamboo reached out and wanted to collaborate, I was more than happy to have them sponsor this video, since I was already a big fan of their products anyway. And they kindly provided me with their A1 Mini 3D printer, which I'm using for this project. The A1 Mini is their most entry-level printer, so it's very affordable, but at the same time, it's still really high quality. If you want to buy one or just learn more about it, there is a link in the description below. It only took about an hour to print all of these parts, and now it's time to assemble. These two pieces slide together to form the phone mount, and then on the back there's a spot for connecting a rubber band that creates some spring tension so that it clips tightly onto the phone. These flags are then going to connect to the front of this bracket, and I've only printed 3 of these, but there are spots to connect 4 flags on here if you wanted to, and these can be set up in different configurations, so you could have one on each side like this, or if you're filming vertically, you might want one on either side here. You can set it up however you want, and you can always change it around later. These just snap into place, and then there's a little bit of friction here so that they stay in whatever position you leave them in. And now for a quick test to see how well this works, here's what it looks like starting off with the flags all the way open so that they're not blocking any of the light. And now here's with one of the flags closed down, blocking out that glaring light coming from the left. Here's before, and here's after. Before, after. This is designed around my iPhone 16 Pro, but it really should work with just about any smartphone so long as it has a similar camera configuration with the camera in the upper left-hand corner. Obviously, there's exceptions like the Google Pixel that has the camera bump going all the way across the top of the phone, but other than that, this really should work with 95% of smartphones. This does work with the zoom lens, the main lens, and the ultra-wide lens. All you have to do is adjust the positioning of the flags to accommodate whatever camera you're using. Also, on the bottom here, there's a built-in quick release plate, so it can directly connect to the top of a tripod. If you want to check compatibility with your tripod, this connection point is 38 millimeters across, which is a pretty standard size and should work with a lot of different tripods. If you have a 3D printer and want to build one of these for yourself, the 3D print files are available on my website, and there's a link for that in the description. If you enjoy photography, filmmaking, DIY projects, and just tech stuff in general, you'll probably enjoy some of the other videos on my YouTube channel, so definitely go check it out. I'll pop up a few of my other videos over here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.